So, here's a funny thing. When I first saw this video about Alinity, man, I just was like, damn, this is the hallmark of whoredom right here, man. Like, you thought she was being a whore in the last video. This is textbook definition right here, man. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play this video clip for you guys. You guys check this out, right?
The reason I reacted the way I did is because, frankly, I am so frustrated and tired of the rampant sexism in online communities.
So I went to medical school in Colombia, and you don't want to be a doctor in Colombia. It sucks. Like, you don't make any money. You work a lot. So I was like, no, hell no. So I married a Canadian, and I came to Canada. And then I divorced him. And here we are.
So I watched this video clip, and I was like, really? I was like, we doing this, man? Like, we actually marrying niggas for citizenship now? I thought that this was something only mail order brides did. I didn't know we were doing this on Discord servers. So obviously, so what happened? So the video that I actually I'm gonna comment upon is actually Alinity explaining her story, because when that was recorded on Twitch, she was drunk, and that was the abridged version of what happened. That was the bar nuns. I married a Canadian, and then I divorced them, right? Because that's literally what happened. So when she actually tells the story, the long and short of it was, apparently she'd known this guy for a while. He would come back and forth between Canada and Colombia, where she's from. That's where her accent comes from. And they decided that she was going to move over to Canada with them, and they got married, and that's how she got her citizenship. Turns out he cheated on her, and then they got a divorce. So that's with all of the details in there. And at first I felt like real bad for her. I was like, man, that kind of sucks. Yeah, cheating on, but I mean, it looks like life is working out well for her. You get to play video games and be a whore on the internet, so it doesn't look like that bothers you all too much. It didn't look like it bothered you too much when you told the story, but I mean, that's just only a 45-second clip. You can't really get the full context from that. So I was like, okay, yeah, all right, you know what? Understandable that she would be like, okay, look, guys, man, I know I look like a little thoughty, like in that clip. Actually, she didn't say that. If she had enough self-awareness to realize that she was being a thought, I would have given her more points. But at the very least, I mean, adding the context to it, it saved her character a bit for me. Until we get here.
Get past the whole, like, yes, immigration fraud and the whole, like, thought that he's been calling me and stuff. And just maybe call a little bit of attention about what he's doing. And I'm being told that I am not the first person that he's done this to. He shouldn't be allowed to do this. And I don't know how this hasn't been stopped earlier on. But you, when you're a content creator, you are responsible for a community. For a community that whatever you do is going to influence your community, because these people that follow you see you like a god. I think that as a content creator, you have to be responsible for the people that follow you and the things that you say when a person follows you. I don't think it's okay to allow your community to bully somebody in the way that I've been bullied in this past, I don't know, it's been over a week now. I think that we need to do something about this before this escalates any further, because over the past 5 years, I've done a lot of silly things. I've said a lot of silly things that I think that can be taken out of context. Imagine you guys, you stream for 5 years, full time. I've gotten drunk, I've fallen, my butt has shown, and Twitch has been behind my back the whole time. Like, hey, it's okay, just delete the clips, we're cool. I've been good with Twitch. I've never even had a 24-hour suspension. I've never had a suspension on Twitch. I am tired. And I think that this isn't going to stop. And it looks like this isn't going to stop. And I just don't think it's okay. I really don't think this is okay.
Now, this is something I've noticed. Now, back in the day when bedroom feminists were a thing, if you've been on my channel for a while, then like old videos of mine was me responding to the dumb arguments that a lot of feminists had. Now, I was one of the content creators that didn't really have a very malicious, or I would say, very mean take on these girls, as apart from different content creators of my, say, community or similar content creators. So whenever I made a video response, I always made it a point at some point, sometimes, usually, to say that, honestly, like making fun of these girls is not really going to help them. What's more important is breaking down their arguments and trying to convince them why they're wrong. And a couple of jabs here and there is hilarious, at least in my opinion, because I'm a snarky bastard. You know, I make jabs here and there, but for the most part, man, the point is, my intentions were never like one of malicious like intent. I was always more trying to help them get out of being a feminist, you know, rather than like making them feel bad or stupid for being a feminist. But sometimes, like, viewers of my video and viewers of people's other videos would go to the original source material and make fun of the girl and try to make her feel like she's a dumbass. Yeah, that happened a lot. And the thing that was such a common argument for a lot of these bedroom feminists, what made them so upset was they always like, well, you should tell these people to not do it. You should tell them that they shouldn't do it. It's really mean and hurtful. And I always say, look, man, fuck are we supposed to do? Now, I think this video is maybe like, I don't know, probably a year, maybe 2 or 3 years late, because there's not very many bedroom feminists I've seen on YouTube. They're pretty much an extinct content creator. But seeing Alinity like kind of bring this up made me want to say, look, man, I don't really know what you expect from content creators on YouTube and their audience. I've seen like lots of people say that, and they're usually women. I don't see very many men who are like, no, man, you need to like control your community. But you have to understand, especially with like higher end content creators, like with millions of subscribers, 100,000 to millions of subscribers, you realize, man, that they don't know all of these people. They can't know all these people. It's just not even possible. It's just dumb. They're just people that enjoy watching them. They have no responsibility to these people apart from just entertaining them and making them laugh. They don't owe you anything, and you don't owe them anything. Like, unless you have a Patreon or something like that and you have reward, that's totally different. But as far as just a watcher, just a subscriber, they don't owe you anything, and you don't owe them anything. So you don't have any control over their behavior outside of when they watch. You don't have any control over their behavior while they watch the video. If they want to say some mean shit, they're going to say it. If they're going to go to your video and say some mean things and they're going to do it. And it doesn't matter if I say, hey man, that's a bad idea, don't do it, it's dumb. They don't care. I'm not their dad, I'm not their brother, I'm not their cousin, I'm not even their friend. I'm just some nigga on the internet that they like watching. That's what PewDiePie is. PewDiePie is 65 million subscribers deep. And even if he's not pulling in 65 million views every video, he's still pulling 4 million, like average. He's averaging about 4 or 5 million. Like, you gotta take that into, this nigga is getting cable television news ratings, right? This is what television want. They wish they could have 1 million people watch one of their shows at any given point in time. This nigga's getting that shit on 10-minute videos on a consistent basis. It's unreal. You think that he can control 5 million people, nigga? You think he can get 5 million people to be all like, man, let's listen to the guy PewDiePie and not say mean shit to Alinity? It's absurd. It's incredibly absurd to say that content creators have to be responsible for their audience as if they can control these people on the internet. Like they, one, have any obligation to. There's no obligation. That's just the first thing. We're not obligated to each other, man. If you like my shit, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you. Please continue to do so. But you're not obligated to me. If you want to leave, you can. I can't stop you. I ain't got nothing to do. I can't. If you want to stay, I appreciate it. But I can't make you. In the same way, I can't make you say nice things to people. To say that content creators have to have some responsibility over their audience is just patently absurd. We're not their teachers. We're not their bosses. We have no authority over these people. So to say that we have to do this or that, we tell them to do this and tell them it's mean and it's not fair. Listen, we can't control them. Sorry. I mean, that's rough, but like, what do you want? The most anyone can say is, hey, listen, man, I think it's a silly thing to do, to go over and tell this girl to go kill herself, to tell her that she's stupid, to say that she's dumb. And it is silly. But apart from that, there's nothing content creators can do. And I see a lot of other people on YouTube, and like Alinity here who made this video, they say this all the time. And it's usually women who are saying this. They say it all the time, that you have to have some responsibility. You can't do this. It's not fair. It's not right. Look, listen. We can't do anything about this. The hilarious thing about it, at least to me, is the fact that all the negative attention Alinity even got was all of her own making. No one even I can't say no one, but a lot of people didn't even know who she was. At least PewDiePie's audience was not privy to her until she was the one that was like, hey, let me go copy strike PewDiePie. She literally brought this all upon herself. So the insult to injury here is that this was a problem in creation of her own making, and she got the blowback. I wouldn't say she deserved, because apparently she said people were saying she can go kill herself and whatnot. But at the very least, no, she deserves some of that blowback, because saying that you're gonna give someone a copyright strike and then not even like try to defend them when they messed up, and not even try to help them out and still try to play the victim when you were the one that incited this incident to begin with, I think, yeah, you deserve to get the negative attention you got. And to say that PewDiePie should be responsible for a couple of kids saying mean things to you, I think is dumb. No, you should be responsible because you were the one that opened the door up for the situation to happen. One, the comment that was originally made wasn't even directed towards you. It wasn't even serious. I mean, like here's the other layer. When PewDiePie said stupid Twitch, like the nigga very clearly was joking. It wasn't even being serious. So I don't know. So I just want to make this video because I've just seen this kind of thought recently appear again. I saw this on Alindy's video, and since it was probably a really good example of someone saying just one of the dumbest things I hear on YouTube in particular, that content creators should control their audience, just me to say this, man. Like, we can't control these people. We as much as people would want people to be nice to each other, I know I most certainly do. I want people at least be reasonable to each other, at least have good intentions for each other. Truth of the matter is, you can't control these strangers on the internet. And to ask us to be responsible for people we don't know and can't control, it's just absurd and dumb. And you really have to reevaluate how you honestly like think about life and think about this website and think about like fans and YouTube and all that. We can't control these people. So stop asking us to, please. So with that being said, man, I just hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And if you did, man, go and click the like button. Shoot, go and click that subscribe button. Comment in the comment box below. As always, you guys have yourselves a great day. I'll see you cool cats soon. Adios.